2014. Nick here with Co-Optimus, joined by Justin. Justin, how are you doing?
I'm great. I'm excited. I'm stoked.
Yeah, there's so many games inside. We can't wait to see them. Lots of co-op announcements this year. Assassin's Creed Unity, Far Cry 4, just tons and tons of great content. What are you most excited to see?
I would like to get a hands-on with Dying Light.
Okay.
I've been looking at that game for a little bit. Single player and co-op looks great on that game. So,
Nice. Yeah. Dying Light, the other game from Techland, Hell Raid looks great. We got to go see it. We're heading inside. Let's see what it's all about. E3 is over. We're wrapping the show up, and 3 days solid of games. We had a day of press conferences, lots of good stuff. What was your favorite thing you saw, Locke?
First thing, I think everyone did a really good job. Everyone had a strong show. Favorite thing I saw was, I think, Destiny.
Yeah.
I went in knowing absolutely nothing about the game. I didn't know it was a sort of massively multiplayer game, sort of. Didn't know what it was all about, and really Bungie is killing it. They're doing something really neat. So I'm super excited for that. Yeah. I think so. It's unfair because we just saw it this day as well. So yeah, I think that for now. Yeah.
Okay. Justin, what about you? What's the favorite thing you saw?
I'm in between two. I'm in between The Division and Dying Light. And it's iffy because, so both have co-op. I didn't play co-op on either, but Dying Light was the only one I got hands-on with. And like single player, I have no doubt that campaign is going to be great. But co-op, like I'd like to see how it works still. The Division, obviously they're only showing co-op for that, and that seems like it's just going to work fantastic. So It's a toss-up between the two, and I'll know more once I can actually play one.
Yeah, so I guess that's kind of the theme, is that both those games, Division and Destiny, are doing something really different in terms of multiplayer and kind of social stuff, and blurring those lines between, what's single player, what's multiplayer and stuff. You're not going to menus and stuff to start up those kind of sessions. So that's pretty cool. Destiny for me as well. I mean, like you said, it's fresh, but it was everything I hoped it would be. I'll admit I'm a bit of a Bungie fan. I love the Halo series, but they're really killing it with what they're doing there. In general, though, we saw a ton of good games. Ubisoft killed it this year. Lots of good co-op games. Assassin's Creed Unity, The Division, like Justin said, Rainbow Six, and Far Cry 4. Yeah, so I mean,
even Just Dance or whatever.
Yeah,
if you co-op technically.
Yeah. If dancing's your thing, Just Dance 2 or Just Dance 2015. Yeah. So you get your groove on there. Ubisoft is killing it for co-op gamers. Just in general, even if co-op isn't your thing, they had a ton of good games. I think we've all pretty much universally agree that EA was kind of the weakest of the show in terms.
They're in a weird transition right now. Of course, they're really heavy on their sports stuff, FIFA, their UFC stuff. Hockey's looking really strong.
Yeah.
Like all of that stuff, it's good, but that's the year-to-year thing that you expect from them. Everything else, like Hardline, The Sims.
Dragon Age looked great. The lines we didn't get to actually go in and see it, but because the lines were so long. But that was probably their only really strong game.
Yeah, there's nothing really new. So they're in this weird sort of transitional period from the previous generation to current generation now, and yeah, they were definitely the weakest, I thought, in terms of just games overall.
Yeah.
You know, at the same time, I'd rather have them sort of like hold off and get these games ready and wait. You know what I mean?
There's no point in rushing.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, they announced and showcased a few things like a new Mirror's Edge, the Battlefront 3 stuff. You know, what they're doing with Mass Effect and a brand new universe as well from BioWare.
Take your time on that.
Take your time. Don't rush it. It was just for this particular show, they seemed a little bit behind some of the others. But again, a lot of those games that Ubisoft showed off, they were cross-platform stuff. They were stuff that was multi-generational. So yeah, there's that. But
there's a lot of little stuff too I really liked. I was surprised by Sniper Elite, which is out right away. Defense Grid, we got all the stuff over at Devolver with Broforce and Stronghold and Hotline, and yeah, there's a lot of cool medium level stuff, if you want to call it that, I think, coming out.
Yeah, I think in general we saw it today. We spent a lot of time in Microsoft and Sony's booth and stuff. They really filled out their booths with a lot of like the indie stuff and, like Locke said, kind of that middle tier kind of stuff. There was
Ori looked amazing.
Yeah, there's just a lot of those kind of games coming. You know, they're a little bit smaller in scale and budget and stuff, but they're still a lot of fun. We all, I think, said we had a lot of fun with Sniper, and that's looking really great. I mean, that's out pretty soon. But yeah, so lots of good stuff there in terms of those smaller titles, ones that might not be as expensive too in terms of
and time
cost.
too. Like, we don't have 50 hours to play. I want a game, 5-6 hours. Under 10 is nice.
Yeah. So Justin, this was your first E3. It's over. You survived. Was it what you expected?
No, it was actually smaller than I expected.
Yeah.
I expected it to be bigger.
Yeah, it was actually, in terms of crowds and stuff this year, it was a lot less than it's been in the past.
Unless it was more organized. Like, we had some really good people helping us out, which I thought was great on the PR side, which made our jobs easier, I think. But in terms of, just the general crowds, there weren't like these weird pockets of people where you couldn't get by.
Yeah, usually navigating the show floor and getting from appointment to appointment is a lot. It's a challenge, because you're going behind lines and lines of people, and you're hitting the crossways, and you just like stop there, and everyone
seems
sticks.
like they're getting rid of like those 3-hour lineups. Like, we can't have that, right? Like Duke Nukem a couple years ago, people wanted to see, and Borderlands even before that. Like,
I think the longest line we saw was actually for Disney Infinity, everyone lining up to get their free figures and stuff. I mean, Evolve had a pretty long line, Sunset Overdrive had a pretty long line, and we said Dragon Age, right? That was but more or less it wasn't like those big wrapping lines that go zigzag, and down halls and stuff, so.
That's an interesting thing too. With you got to play Evolve, and I think that's something we gotta look at for the site, in that this whole cooperative versus an outside agent. It's an interesting spin on co-op. I know Evolve, you're going to be able to play with the AI, but I think it's kind of cool what they're doing. Another game that does it is Fable, the next Fable.
Right.
What's it called? Legends.
Legends, yeah.
Where you have a team of 4, and then if you want another person, if you got another friend, bring them in, and then they kind of like are the dungeon master against you, which I think is a really interesting spin on gameplay. And I think Evolve is going to obviously do it the best, because they're coming off of that Left 4 Dead style of match.
It's a bit different than like traditional PvP kind of stuff, where you're kind of competing for scores and stuff like that. It's still somewhat competitive, but the players and the players you're playing against, they're trying to do a kind of goal. In Evolve, you're just trying to, in the round I played, right, you're either taking down the monster, or as the monster, you're trying to take down a player's generator. In Fable Legends, you're getting this kind of strategy mode where you're building the dungeon and
releasing monsters.
It's a more social kind of a thing than it is traditionally where you're competing for scores. It's different. So Locke, there's been a couple E3s for you. Happy with the show overall?
Super good. We got to talk to a lot of great people. I thought it went really well. There's lots of, again, we were booked solid. Like, I don't think I took my camera off once, and we're all bagged and everything, but we're super excited. I like coming off these shows, being really excited to play stuff, go finish up stuff in the backlog that is coming up, like with The Witcher and stuff like that. So, I thought it was a really good show, and everyone, and I kind of described it, I forget who I was talking to, but it's this sort of, you're coming off that honeymoon of the launch of the new consoles, and now people are concentrating on IPs and titles, and I think That's the best part. It's really nice because you're getting a solid effort on games, and all the big companies know that. And then, of course, I'm an indie lover. I love everyone just making some cool stuff. So there's lots of cool things coming. Especially there's tons coming in 2015, but there's some really solid stuff coming this year too.
Yeah, I mean, Microsoft, they opened up the press conference. They were first with the here, and they said games, and I think that's a good theme for this show. Lots and lots of games. So you'll be plenty busy for 2014, 2015, and beyond with good stuff to play. I think that's a wrap for E3 2014. We're gonna maybe go get some food and relax and go home.
Fly home.
Yeah.
Edit some video.
Yeah, we got a lot of content coming. So thanks for watching our videos and reading our site throughout the whole thing. We'll see you next year.
Bye, everybody.